they just released some official statistics celebrating the first 30 days since the game launched, so let's go ahead and take a look at them. First things first, the downloads, 3.5 million people downloaded Chaos Zero Nightmare, and we have about 1.1 million people logging in daily. This means that about a third of the people who downloaded the game have stuck with it, which I would say is pretty good, especially for a launch. A lot of people are just like trying out the game. Being able to keep a third of them is pretty good. This is for all servers, I'm pretty sure. I don't think the China server has officially started yet. I also don't know if they ever include that number in their statistics in general, but I would say this is a pretty good sign for where people are playing. 20% on PC, 80% on mobile. I play on both, but even on PC, I don't use the official PC client. I use an emulator, which I think technically still counts as mobile. So emulator players are probably inflating the mobile numbers a bit, because I would assume that PC only counts for the official PC client, but this was nothing too important, just nice to look at. Chaos runs. More people have failed chaos runs than they have succeeded. The question with this one is, what counts as a failure exactly? Because I've done a lot of resetting in chaos where I enter and I immediately exit because I don't like the map layout, or maybe I'm resetting for a specific thing from Jurgen's Messenger. So that stuff like that might inflate the numbers. I don't know if they're only counting like link crashes, which I have also inflated the number of link crashes a little bit by intentionally link crashing. But it is kind of funny just seeing that more people have failed chaos runs than they have succeeded. And hopefully this number evens out a little bit as the game goes on. Mental breakdowns. We have 18.8 million, almost 19 million combatant mental breakdowns. This is a lot. So it looks like, based off of this, there's been about 21 million chaos runs overall, and so almost one mental breakdown per chaos run. That about lines up. There's definitely been some inflation of this number as well, with people intentionally giving their units trauma to get the affinity from counseling, but this is a very funny statistic. Combatant rescues. We can't really see the full number, but 110 million rescues. I'm assuming that they don't specify this as 5-star combatants. I wouldn't be surprised if this was specifically 5-star combatants, because 110 million. Okay, let's look at it. If we have, actually, that's probably all combatants. 110 million if we have like 3 million players. Yeah, it's probably all combatants. But taking a look at some of the 5-star combatants, the 3 most owned 5-star combatants, we've got Haru, then Kalipe, then Meilin, and I mean, this makes sense. Haru was the first banner rate up, so even people who tried out the game would have her. There's 4 stars here. I don't know if this is just like not related to their rarity, but Haru was first. Yuki not being here kind of makes sense due to people not reviewing her super high. Next up is Kalipe, who was super hyped up from the playtest and still is pretty good in the game now, so it makes sense that she's here. I expect a decent amount of people rerolled for her and probably took her with the rescue merit, the 5-star selector. And the Meilin, who is just the best 5-star in the game, or 5-star DPS, not too surprised that she is here at 3rd. The 5-star partners is kind of interesting. We have, I forgot her name, but this is Haru's 5-star partner, and it makes sense that people have picked her up to go with Haru. Next up is Westmacott, which honestly kind of surprising, but she is the 2nd banner partner, so wouldn't be too shocked if a bunch of people like spent for her. And then we have Nyx. I kind of expected Nyx to be higher just because I figured more people would have bought the BP and picked Nyx than people who spent for Westmacott, especially with Lillian outperforming Westmacott. It makes sense that none of the base 5 stars are up here because people just aren't really rolling the standard partner banner in general, and I don't think that many people have, well, some people definitely have enough of the purple spirals to buy partners, but it would be very spread out in that case. I'm definitely surprised that Nyx isn't higher. I kind of thought she would be first. This is interesting. Top 3 combatants with the most affinity level 10 achieved. I don't know why Yuki is first compared to Haru, given that a lot more people have Haru compared to Yuki. But then again, like I mentioned, because Haru was the first, like the first unit while the game launched, a lot of people might have just rolled Haru and then never actually kept on playing the game, and that lowered her numbers a bit. Yuki being first is just kind of surprising because I figured not as many people would have her. And then Mainland is up here, probably just because so many people are using her. Policy office, 83 million policies. Our policy rate, so we have 4 extra a week from the shop that you can buy, and then we get 1 every 5 hours, so it's roughly 5 a day. Kind of lines up 83.5 million over 30 days. So people are definitely slacking a little bit, because if we have, it's 5 times 30, right? It's been 30 days. We should have more, I think. Yeah, people are definitely slacking with their policies. Coffees ordered. So people are also slacking with this, because this adds up to about 16 million. 16 million, and it's been 30 days. Oh, the number is here. But it is kind of interesting that probably this is like roughly a fifth of the people get the takeout coffee over the drink-in. Takeout gives you a bit less energy, but it does let you push your energy to the next day if you're busy, which is nice. I get the takeout on my ult, but most people who are like actively playing get the drink-in. But it's interesting seeing the ratios, because this does show a little bit about people, either how active they are in terms of being able to spend energy the day of, or just their tendencies with how they want to spend their energy. So that is it for all of the infographics. So there is one more thing on this Smallgate newsroom post. They also mentioned the sales. I don't think this is translated correctly. This is using like Google Translate. In the same period, global sales totaled 402 billion won. I'm pretty sure this is 40.2 billion, because I swapped over to like actual Google Translate and it says 42 billion won, which sounds a lot more correct, because if you type in 402 billion, 123, 123, 123, this is 274 million. That's definitely not right. Let's delete a zero. 27,428,144. I mean, it's not going to be exact, because this number could be like a little bit higher. It could be like 3 or 4. Probably roughly 27 million and some in the first month of the game, I would say is really good for the game's launch. I personally I never care about like the whatever the financial numbers that people like to look at, but this is, I mean, it's good for the game. It means the launch was pretty successful, looking at all of the numbers they posted regarding people who are actively playing the game. And I mean, them getting money is nice. Hopefully they put this like into the game, into fixing some of the issues, please. But this is just taking a look at some of the stuff they posted. It's nice seeing this info. I always loved it for Epic 7 on every anniversary. We get some very funny statistics. We got some pretty funny ones in the most recent one too. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying your time with the game, and I'll see you guys next time.